This is a bill that we've been following since the beginning, and it has since been rewritten and has been tabled, but today it was back up for discussion.
It is not a Don't Say Gay bill.
Senate Bill 88 has been nicknamed Georgia's Don't Say Gay bill. It requires 0 gender-affirming conversations in school until a child reaches the age of 16. Senator Cardin Summers is the sponsor of the bill. He says its purpose is to protect Georgia children.
I don't care if it's their children, your children, or my children. It's not the responsibility of the person in charge to teach these kids what they feel is right when it comes to gender. That's basically the crux of this bill. And if they have a problem with that, if people have a problem with that, then they truly have issues. Because the reality of it is this is a child protection bill.
The bill has been changed several times and has since been tabled due to discrepancies over the language. The first version of the bill would have restricted schools, camp counselors, and other authority figures from answering children's questions about gender identity or sexual orientation. A later version would have required all local boards of education to develop a policy for dealing with parental involvement and child privacy related to issues of gender identity. Now in a Senate committee on Wednesday about education and youth, students, teachers, and advocates testified to state leaders. Michaela Arciaga, Georgia Director of Advocacy, was in the meeting. She says she opposes the bill and says if they do plan on passing it, it needs to be seriously reworded.
About this bill is it's not actually about not saying gay. I think it will go that direction. This bill doesn't differentiate between sexual orientation and gender identity, and so there is some concern that it's going to act as a catch-all. But if we are going to supersede local control by telling them they have to create a policy like this, then we need to also make sure that we are protecting our vulnerable kids and putting language in that is evidence-based and creates safer environments for every child.
Francesca Rue is a student advocate. She says the bill will do more harm than good for children.
Students are individual, autonomous people with their own problems, their own character traits, and their own identities. And so when you make it prohibitive, when a sponsor of a bill like this it tries to make it prohibitive to talk about a fundamental nature of who someone is, all it does is really put a target on the back of that demographic.
Cardin says the bill is to involve parents, and he is open to editing the bill.
And if the parents are okay with it, do what you got to do. Do what you want to do. If the parents say they want to opt out, and understand this is before the age of 16. This is not anything after that, age of consent in Georgia. That's what I tried to portray as the intent of the bill. If that's not what came across, then I sincerely think then we need to have a little more talk, a little more work on it, and obviously, we can narrow it on down.